The morning ritual, a tail and a coffee. Dave woke to a wet nose nudging his hand, followed by a 65 pounds off the top rope wake up. Tater, time for his morning tree watering. He calls it environmental sustainability. Tater, a white shepherd mix, knows the drill. Sniff to the tree, water, sniff, re-water, then breakfast. Dave stumbled out of bed and he tripped over a squeaky toy. Tater, he chuckled. Tater wagged his tail, thumping happily against the hardwood floor. Coffee first, Dave decided. Tater followed, his collar jingling. He waited patiently by the coffee maker, his big brown eyes hopeful. Maybe a dropped treat, one could only hope. Dave poured his coffee, Tater got a milk bone. A fair trade. Ready for your walk, buddy? Dave asked, grabbing Tater's leash. Tater barked once, a sharp, happy sound. Walk time meant sniffing every tree and chasing squirrels, the best part of his day. Some days were harder than others. Work stress followed Dave home, because work and home are the same place. His shoulders slumped. Tater always knew. He'd nudge Dave's leg, whining softly. Not in the mood, Tater, Dave sighed, sinking into the couch. Tater wouldn't have it. He climbed onto the couch, resting his head on Dave's lap. His big brown eyes gazed up with unconditional love. It was hard to stay down when a furry friend was so worried. Dave scratched Tater's ears. Tater sighed, a happy rumble in his chest. Maybe today wasn't so bad after all. Tater had a way of reminding Dave about the simple joys. A walk, a game of fetch, a warm furry body to hug. Dave smiled. You win, buddy, he said. Tater, the shepherd mix, wagged his tail, thumping it against the couch. Walk time it was. The yard is Tater's kingdom. Every blade of grass, every tree trunk held a world of smells. He'd sniff excitedly, tail wagging furiously. So many important messages left behind by other dogs. And those rascally rabbits eating Dave's clover and those squirrels. If I could just climb. Dave threw a tennis ball. Tater was off like a shot, his long legs pumping. He caught the ball mid-air, dropping it at Dave's feet, tail wagging with pride. Good boy, Dave praised, throwing the ball again. They walked along the lake bank, Tater stopping to bark at ducks. The ducks, unimpressed, quacked back. Tater didn't mind. He loved the lake, the fresh air, the endless adventures. And most of all, he loved spending time with his best friend, Dave. Section 4. The quiet comfort of a furry coworker. Dave worked from home, Tater his faithful coworker. He'd lie quietly at Dave's feet, his furry body a warm presence. Sometimes, when Dave felt stuck on a problem, he'd look down at Tater. Tater would be gazing back, his head cocked as if to say, "Need a break? We could chase squirrels." It was enough to make Dave chuckle. Tater had a way of reminding him not to take things too seriously. During long work calls, Tater would nap under Dave's desk. A soft sigh, the gentle rise and fall of his chest. A constant reminder that he was there, a furry shadow, always by his side. Section 5. A bond built in belly rubs and biscuits. As Dave looked at Tater, curled up asleep at his feet, he couldn't imagine life without him. They had a routine, a rhythm, a language all their own. A shared glance, a happy sigh, the thump-thump-thump of a tail against the floor. Tater wasn't just a pet. He was family, a loyal companion, a furry therapist, a source of endless amusement. He taught Dave about unconditional love, the importance of living in the moment, and the simple joy of a good belly rub. Their bond was built on walks in the park, quiet evenings on the couch, and a shared love for treats. It was a love that only a dog and his human could understand. A love that filled Dave's life with laughter, warmth, and a whole lot of dog hair. A bond that brought Dave back from a dark place and saved him from himself. Produced by Visionary Tide Media, where stories come to life. Copyright 2024 Visionary Tide Media. All rights reserved.